Welcome to episode number 13 of the High School Football Roundup podcast for Tuesday, September 20th, 2016. I'm Walter Johnson, and in this edition of the High School Football Roundup podcast, I'm going to break down the region and non-region standings among the teams in the Southwest Georgia Network coverage area. So I'm going to get to that right now and start with Region 17A, and the largest classification slash region among the regions that we cover within the GHSA in our area, and led by Lowndes, and I had a huge 21-point lead over Newton. But Newton came back to pull within 35-34, and the Vikings put the game away with a late touchdown to make the final score 42-34. Lowndes is now 4-1, and Tiffin County 3-2. And the Blue Devils got off to a fast start at 3-2, but lost back-to-back games to Valdosta and to Parkview. And plus, both Camden County and Colquitt County only got their first wins of the season, and Colquitt County absolutely crushed another team from Gwinnett County in Metro Atlanta, 52-14. The Packers finally claimed win number 1 against 4 losses. Outscored Colquitt County 52, Brookwood of Snellville, Georgia 14. So that makes all 4 teams in Region 17A a combined 9-10 in non-region play, and a couple more games for both teams are still yet to play. And moving on to Region 16A, this has been an excellent run in non-region play for all 5 teams. Houston County, north side of Warner Robins, and Valdosta are all 5-0 on the year. And Valdosta got taken to the limit by a Thomas Caddy Central team that also entered that game last week at undefeated and at 4-0. In fact, the Yellow Jackets trailed the Wildcats by just 3 points, 42-39, a very high-scoring game. And Valdosta, however, put the game away with 2 late scores and won 56-39. And Lee County is 4-0 with a 1 game against Hardaway from earlier this season that was canceled. And the Trojans improved to 4-0 with a 49-0 rout over Luella out of Henry County, Georgia. And Coffee bounced back from that tough loss to Ware County. They only lost so far. And the Trojans out of Douglas, Georgia, and picked up a 49-28 win over University Christian out of Jacksonville, Florida. And speaking of Northside, Warner Robins in Ware County, and Northside took Ware County to Ware County to the woodshed, and Northside of Warner Robins won easily, 48-7. And the quarterback Tobias Oliver rushed for 200 yards and 14 carries. It was 10-15 passing for almost 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. And 22-1 in non-region play for GHSA Region 16A. And believe it or not, according to the Georgia High School Football Daily Newsletter poll, and for the top 5 teams in Class 6A, all call Region 1 home. Houston County at number 1, followed by Northside of Warner Robins, Valdosta, and Lee County, ranked 1, 2, 3, and 4. Going to be a tough region as before. And how about Region 15A? And led by Thomas County Central, dropped 1 spot from number 4 to number 5 in the GHSF Daily poll after the loss to Thomas County Central. And Calais Williams, the quarterback for the Yellow Jackets, rushed for 231 yards and 26 carries. It was 4 out of 10 passing for 124 yards. And it doesn't get any easier for the Yellow Jackets this week. And they travel to Lee County this Friday to face the 4-0 Trojans from Leesburg. And the Battle of Non-Region contest for Thomas County Central, by the way. And as far as the other 4 teams in Region 1-5A, get into that really quickly. And Harris County sits at 3-1, and then kind of goes downhill from there. And veterans out of Kathleen, Georgia, and Houston County, 2-3. And Bainbridge is 1-2, but got their first win of the season after just blasting Early County out of Class AA. Final score 50-7. And Bainbridge Bearcats with a victory. And Warner Robins fell to 0-4 after falling in a big way to Houston County 63-28 in a Thursday night game up in Middle Georgia. And we move. How about Region 1-4A? Already started a region play with 1 week in the books. And Cairo is one of 4 teams that find themselves in a 4-way tie for first place in Region 1-4A. And the Syrup Makers crushed Hardaway, 46 Hardaway out of Columbus, 46-13, while handing the Hawks their first loss of the season in the process. And America Sumter, as I mentioned earlier, Heroes 1-0 in the region, 3-1 overall, as is America Sumter. And the Panthers got their second win of the season against 2 losses overall after knocking off Westover of Albany at home 21-6. Both the Syrup Makers and the Panthers are tied with Carver, Columbus, and Columbus. And both of those teams were undefeated in region play after 1 game at 1-0. Both are 2-2 overall. And that leaves Hardaway, north side of Columbus, Shaw, and Westover all at 0-1 in region play. And Hardaway 2-1 overall. North side, Columbus and Westover, both Patriots, by the way, at 2-2. And the Shaw Raiders are 0-1. And how about 1 AAA? And the Crisp County Cougars crushed Rutland on the road up in Macon last Thursday, September 15th, 49-14, to go to 4-0 in the season. And the Monroe Tornadoes bounced back from a tough loss to Thomas County Central by rolling all over Albany High, 42-0, the final score. And Monroe goes to 2-1. They have a big game against Brooks County later this week on Friday, September 23rd. And the Worth County Rams and lost the late lead in the seesaw battle against Thomasville at Thomasville. Lost 25-21. The final score in that game. Rams fall to 2-3 on the year. And the Rams have this week off. And we return to action at home against Harris County on the 30th of September. It's a Friday night. and Cook out of Adel, Georgia. The Hornets finally cracked the win column by blowing past Berrien. The final score is 48-28. 48-28. And Cook, the winner over Berrien, 20-point win for the Hornets. And in the game that was moved to last Saturday, the 17th of September, due to a scheduling conflict, it was the Daugherty Trojans from Albany falling to Spencer. Final score 28-14. Spencer dropping Daugherty to 0-3 on the season. And Daugherty back at it this Saturday, second straight Saturday game for head coach Corey Joyner and company, facing off against Albany High. Albany High 0-4 and Daugherty 0-3. Battle winless teams. Hopefully something will give there. And moving on to 1AA. And Brooks County is 3-0 after rallying in the closing seconds to knock off Pierce County out of Region 2 AAA in Southeast Georgia. 33-28 was the final score in Brooks County's favor. And Fitzgerald also 3-0 after rolling past Rockdale County 41-14. 41-14. Fitzgerald, a huge winner to go to 3-0 on the season. And Berrien falling to 2-2, as mentioned earlier, after losing to Cook 48-28. And Thomasville Bulldogs, as mentioned earlier, also, and got their first win under new head coach Zach Grage, spelled Grage, and coming from behind late to stun Worth County 25-21. Early County 0-3-1, 0 losses, 3 wins. No, 0 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. That 1 tie coming against Seminole County. More on them right toward the end of this podcast. After being blown out by Bainbridge 50-7, Albany High 0-4. So Albany High and all 5 teams, GHSA Region 1AA are 9-11-1 combined in terms of overall record. And Region 1 AAA is 9-10. And just 1 game below 500. And same in the 14 Region 1-6A, 1-7A, I should say, the same way. 9-10, just a game below 500. And in the closing minutes, and you got Region 1 Single A. And closing seconds, Region 1 Single A, Mitchell County leads at 3-0 in the region. 4-0 overall. Randall Clay 2-0, 3-0. And Pelham, Miller County, Seminole County 2-1 in the region. And Terrell County won back-to-back games, both over previously undefeated teams in Pelham and Seminole County. And you see, Pelham's 3-1 overall, Miller 2-1, Seminole County 2-1-1 after having suffered their first loss to Terrell County, whose Greenways from Dawson are 2-2. And that leaves Baconton, Calhoun County, Chattahoochee County, Stewart County, Willis, Baconton, Calhoun County, Chattahoochee County 0-2, Stewart County 0-3. In overall records, Baconton 1-2, Calhoun County 0-3, as is Chattahoochee County, and Stewart County 1-3 overall. And I'm just about out of time for this edition of the High School Football Roundup podcast. Remember to follow on Twitter at SWJ Network and on Spreaker and YouTube at SWJ Network 12345. That's SWGA Network and the numbers, followed by the numbers quickly, 12345, SWGA Network 12345. I'm Walter Johnson. I'm out of time, and I'm out of here. Goodbye.